Hi, I'm Traci Copeland, and this is Trainer of the Month Club. I've got a great 10-minute core series that's great to do in addition to your running routine. We're gonna do each move for 30 seconds. We're gonna try to get through it 3 times. I'm gonna be using an 8-pound dumbbell, but feel free to use whatever you have access to. I recommend anything from 5 to 15 pounds. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna have you lying face down on the first move. We're gonna start with alternating Supermans, okay? This is to warm up that core. So we're gonna go 30 seconds, left arm lifts, opposite, and then right arm lifts, okay? So you're gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg. You wanna make sure that your head stays in line with your arms, so you're not over-exerting your neck, and you're keeping a nice neutral spine. You also wanna make sure that you're not arching in that lower back. So you really wanna focus on keeping that tailbone tucked under. We just have a few more seconds left here. Our next move, we're gonna do forearm plank. So I'm gonna make sure I have a set of dumbbells. You can do anything from 10 to 15 pounds here, okay? So I'm gonna set up my forearm plank. You can go on your knees or on your toes, depending on where you're at with your core training. So I'm gonna start in that forearm plank, and then I'm gonna drag it over to one side. I wanna make sure that my hips stay square the entire time. What tends to happen is, as we get tired, those hips tend to rock back and forth, side to side, but keeping that core engaged and also keeping your glutes engaged while you're in this position is gonna help you maintain that core strength, okay? Just a little bit longer. See if we can get one more in. All right, we're gonna move on to our next one. You're gonna lie on your back. We're gonna do a sit-up, also using that dumbbell, okay? So making sure that my feet stay planted on the ground, and I'm gonna keep that dumbbell right over my chest, okay? I'm gonna inhale, lifting all the way up, and slowly taking it down, okay? So this movement is all about control, okay? So you wanna kind of power your way up, but also control your movement down. And you wanna also make sure that you're not using extra momentum that that dumbbell is creating. You're really focusing on using those lower abdominal muscles to control your movement. All right, we're gonna move on to our next one. This is gonna be a side plank. You can also hold onto that dumbbell. All right, feel free to use a lighter dumbbell because this one's gonna be a little bit tougher. So I'm gonna stabilize, getting a nice, strong side plank, and I'm gonna hold the dumbbell right over my side, okay? Making sure that the palm is facing out. Also making sure that my head is in a nice neutral position. I'm gonna hold right here, engaging through my core, making sure that my hips stay stacked. But I'm also gonna add a little bit of a leg lift, okay? So what tends to happen with a lot of these strength exercises, especially as it relates to core, we're never working in isolation. We also are working our hips as well. All right, I got one side done. I'm gonna move over to the other side. Same exact thing. So pressing into the ground, making sure that my hips stay stacked, keeping that dumbbell right over my shoulder. Staying nice and strong and engaged through my core. If you feel like this is a little too intense, you can also lower one knee to the ground, just another way to modify. But if you're feeling strong, I think you guys can handle it. Also, if this is a little too intense, you can take the dumbbell away. We're gonna add that little leg lift too. Again, also kind of engaging our glutes just a little bit here. All right, and we're gonna slowly take it down. All right, I'm gonna put the dumbbells aside because we won't really need it for this move. This is our hollow body, lying all the way down on my back, making sure that my lower back is connected to the ground the entire time. Arms above head, drawing my lower belly in, gazing up towards the ceiling. Now, ways that you can modify this. You can bring the legs a little bit higher up. You can also bend your knees. Ways to make it harder, grab your dumbbell that you just used and put it right between your hands. You're gonna hold it right there. So, lots of ways to change how you wanna intensify or if you wanna modify your movement. All right, and release. That's round 1. You guys ready for round 2? I think you are. I am. Let's go for it. We're back to those alternating Supermans, lying face down. So, keeping that head in a neutral position. Keeping the eyes towards the front of your mat. You also want to make sure that the legs are staying nice and straight the entire time. You're not cheating and just bending your legs to lift them a little bit higher. But maybe the second round, maybe you can get a few extra inches. Maybe you can lift the leg a little bit higher, maybe even the arm a little bit higher. All right, we're moving on. We're going on to that forearm plank. Grabbing that dumbbell. Let's go. Keeping your hips square, making sure that those hips aren't rocking. So this is our second round. You guys know exactly what's coming. You've done this before. Find ways that you can get a little bit more out of it every single time. Ways to intensify this movement. You can even walk your feet a little bit closer together and see where that takes you, really testing your balance. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna take it to that sit-up with the dumbbell. Again, planting my feet, making sure that the dumbbell is right over my chest, and lifting straight up and lower down. And you wanna keep your eyes on that dumbbell the entire time. Controlling your movement. Again, not using the momentum, but using the control with your core. All right, I think we're ready to move on. We're gonna go on to that side plank, okay? Using that dumbbell, adding that leg lift. We know exactly what to do. Keeping that forearm so it's parallel to the front of your mat. Palm facing out, hips are stacked. Let's add that leg lift right away, okay? You wanna make sure that the hips aren't sagging either, okay? If this ever gets too intense, you can always release the dumbbell or always lower one knee to the ground. Just a few more seconds left here, and then we're gonna switch to that opposite side. All right, let's go ahead and switch. One side done, one side to go. All right, same exact thing, really focusing on your forearm, pressing that forearm into the ground, palm facing out. Hips stay stacked. And again, you remember how to modify. You know what works for your body. If you need to lower that knee to the ground, lower your knee to the ground. If you need to remove the weight, remove the weight. But it's also just important to remember that you're never gonna work your body in isolation, okay? It's not just about your abs, you're also gonna work your glutes as well. And we're gonna lower down. All right, gonna go ahead and remove that dumbbell. We go back into that hollow body hold, okay? Arms above your head, eyes up towards the ceiling, drawing the lower abs in. Really pull the lower belly towards the back of your spine. Keeping the legs straight. You're about halfway there. Again, if you need to modify, bring the knees in, or you can always lift the legs higher. If you wanna go a little bit deeper, maybe you lift the legs just a little bit lower to the ground. All right. That's round two. All right, you guys, one more round to go. We got this. Alternating Supermans. 30 seconds. Lying face down. And again, this one isn't about speed. It's all about control. So the more intense your Superman gets, doesn't mean you're gonna go faster. It means maybe you're actually gonna go even a little bit slower. Ways that you can intensify this, you can add a smaller pound weight, maybe a little 2-pound dumbbell, or even resistance bands. All right, I think we're ready to move on to that next move. Forearm plank, grabbing a hold of that dumbbell. Staying engaged through our core the entire time. Making sure that you're in a nice solid forearm plank first before you start anything. And then you're adding that dumbbell drag. Again, feel free to modify wherever you need to. You can lower to your knees if this is a little too intense, or if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can increase your weight or walk your feet a little bit closer together. The main thing is don't let those hips move. All right, we're moving on to our sit-up. Taking it all the way down, keeping that dumbbell right over your chest, feet are connected to the ground, and lifting straight up. Control your movement down. Keep that lower back connected to the ground the entire time. Not about speed, it's about control. We're working our core because it's all about stabilizing the pelvis. It's really important to stabilize your pelvis, especially if you're gonna run. Your core has to be strong. All right, I think we're ready to move on to our side plank. Side plank with the dumbbell, and we're gonna add that leg lift. We did it the second round, we can do it again. Again, focusing on a strong side plank first, and then you add the dumbbell. And we're gonna start by lifting that leg right away. Palm faces out the entire time. Making sure the forearm is parallel to the front of your mat. And staying completely engaged through your core the entire time. I know it's tough. All right, we're ready to move on to the other side. One side down, one to go. You got this. All right, setting it up. Side plank. Palm facing out. Dumbbell stacked right over the shoulder. Drawing the lower abs in towards the back of your spine. This is where you need to focus, right? Especially when it gets harder. This is when the work starts, not when it's easy. So if it's a challenge, it means you're doing it right. Just a few more seconds here, and then we're moving on to hollow body. In 3, 2, and all right. Take that dumbbell off to the side. Last move. Lying on your back, arms over your head alongside your ears, looking up towards the ceiling. Hollow body hold. Draw the lower abs in, relaxing through your neck. And again, remember your modifications. If you need to take a pause, bend the knees, or if you need to, you can bring the legs a little bit higher. Or if you want to take it to that next level, maybe lower the legs a little bit more. We're there for 3, for 2, and all right. You guys made it through. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Traci Copeland. Hopefully you got a nice little core workout. Remember, we did 3 times through. If that's not gonna work for you, just keep pushing. You can make it through twice and it's just as good. And remember, this is a great workout that you can do in addition to your running workout throughout the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Peace out.